everyone? Zeddy here again with another showdown in the Badlands card review. We have our first warrior reveals, first warrior reveals of this expansion cycle. There's like two more, there's reveals tomorrow. So whatever's not revealed today is going to be revealed tomorrow. We know we're waiting on like a rogue legendary, mage legendary, the neutral Reno legendary, and we'll see if all the warrior cards are revealed today. There's another reveal later. But yes, they're trying to make Taunt Warrior work yet again. Why? I don't know, but they really like trying to make Taunt Warrior work. It hasn't really been a thing since Ungoro, which is live and twist right now, by the way. We'll go over the cards, and if you want to win these cards, we have our giveaway going on of 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket. All you have to do to enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, in the description below. We are just under 500 subscribers away from unlocking that next mega bundle, and we only have like a day or two to get there. So if you haven't hit that sub button and you want to get on the giveaway, get in on it and make me go broke. So let's take a look. Is Taunt Warrior gonna be a thing? Well, this helps a lot. We have the 3 mana 4/1 weapon battle pickaxe. After you play a taunt minion, gain +1 durability. This is a ridiculous card. A 4 attack 3 damage weapon, or 4 attack 3 mana weapon. It's pretty good. Obviously, the 1 durability, pretty bad. The turn you play it, if you're playing it on 3 mana, you probably can't swing with it, which is a pretty big downside. But let's think about this. The second this is online, once you just start playing taunts, this is effectively an infinite weapon for a long time, right? As long as you have taunt generators, and I mean, Warriors got plenty of that. They're getting new taunts we'll take a look at. This can be ridiculous. This is something that can carry an archetype. We saw it. It's kind of reminiscent to a dragon weapon that used to exist for Hunter, where if you had a dragon on the board, its durability wouldn't break. It would be like an infinite dragon weapon. And that's a real meta play, and that had 3 attack. This has the downside of, yeah, I play it maybe on 3, I cannot swing with it or else it'll break, and I gotta wait. So, well, it's a tiny bit of setup, not a ton. This can be ridiculous. This could be something that absolutely makes a Taunt Warrior style deck work, but Taunt Warrior's terrible, right? Like, you got Armageddillo in the core set, which has seen 0 play. You have the 2 mana 2/3 Discover Taunt minion, which has seen some play. Even like a Rage Warrior ran it for a little bit. It wasn't, you know, it's fine. You have good taunt minions. It's just never enough to win, because taunt minions just, you know, they don't historically win games. They just don't. But Battle Pickaxe absolutely can, by pushing effectively infinite damage. It'll be a deck where you're basically using it to push a lot of damage, play a lot of taunts, try and buff those taunts up, and win. Can that be a valuable, viable strategy in today's game? I doubt it, but if it's going to happen, I feel like it's going to be because of a card like Battle Pickaxe. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 out of 5 in wild, because there's like no chance, even with like the Taunt Ungoro quest, not going to be a thing. But I just feel like if there is a card to get it there, it's going to be this, because the power level is pretty ridiculous on an infinite damage for value damage, whatever, 4 attack weapon is pretty ridiculous. And yes, we have taunt minions to go with it, starting with the Unlucky Powder Man, a 2 mana 2/2 taunt. It's like Frostwolf Grunt. That was like a basic card, but obviously there's more to it. Death Rattle. You give taunt minions in your hand and deck +1/+1. It's kind of like Keleseth, except Keleseth only hit minions in your deck, and that was a battle cry, which made it a little bit better. But yeah, you're playing a 2 mana 2/2 taunt, which is absolutely terrible, but getting those buffs are good, especially when you have that one taunt in particular, the 4/5 frog that can copy a minion on your board, and you summon a copy of it. That gets even better. So again, these are cards that, you know, you play this and you're buffing up your weapon and you're buffing up your taunts, and you're gonna hope that that's enough to carry you to victory. I don't know. Seems really slow. It's a lot of stats, though. You're running a lot of taunt minions. It won't hit ones that you've generated later in the game. game or anything like that, but it's got a possibility. Kind of another nerf to the Scourge, as it is an undead, and you probably don't want to get this off your Scourge, but maybe you really need a taunt. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild. I'm really hesitant to give taunt cards a passable grade when, like, every time they try Taunt Warrior, it never works. Like, is this really going to be the time when I can just kill people with, like, insane and range strats or, you know, infinite armor damage? I just don't know. So again, 2 out of 5 in both formats. I don't think it's terrible. Again, it's so hard for me to get in on these unless I see better cards, and I don't know if I see that. We have the 5 mana 3/6 Detonation Juggernaut. Kind of reminds me of the Omega mech we used to saw. The Omega Devastator kind of has reminiscent art. Prior warrior mech. It's a 5 mana 3/6 mech. Taunt Battle Cry. Give taunt minions in your hand +2/+2. So that's a lot of stats. It's like Armadillo, except proactive and a little bit cheaper. So, and it's a common. So there you go. Armadillo. Really good. Although that card, if it lives, it keeps buffing, right? So there's upside. It's not power creep completely on it, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Again, like, I just can't get super excited about Taunt Warrior. I just can't. And this just feels like a card that's like, all right, and I'll play it, and yeah, I could buff up this. I could buff up the froggies I talked about earlier. In Wild, you got like the mechs, the 8 mana mechs you can copy too. Way too slow. It all feels slow and clunky. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild again, because I just, like, again, how is a Fen Creeper gonna win? I know you can buff it up, and it's probably not even gonna be a 3/6 when you play it, but my goodness, today's game is so crazy that I can't get excited about taunt minions. I don't know. We'll see. Again, these are like the best taunt minions we've probably ever seen for these taunt archetypes. So maybe it does push that threshold, gets over the threshold, and these taunt cards are good enough. It's like on the fence, right? I'm giving it a 2. I'm saying it has a shot. I'm just not sold on it. And then lastly here, by the way, no legendary, so I'm guessing the next reveal will have 1 legendary, and they might be saving a warrior legendary reveal for BlizzCon. It's possible, but I guess we'll find out the next reveal in like 4 hours. Anyways, Blast Tortoise, a 6 mana 2/7 taunt. It's like, oh my god, it's a waste of Snapjaw for 6 mana. However, Battle Cry, which not Death Rattle, so it's pretty good. Deal damage to all enemy minions equal to this minion's attack. That's actually pretty nuts. That's actually pretty darn nuts. With like 1 buff, that's 3 damage to all enemy minions. It's not even hitting your own stuff, shockingly, for Warrior, right? That's pretty sweet, and you buff it up a bunch, it can just clear the board. Again, the power level of these cards is way higher than we've seen for Taunt Warrior probably ever, right? That's in line with power creep and all that. And just a couple of buffs on this. You got a Flame Strike, you got a Harmonic Pop, you got like a really good AoE, and a giant taunt minion that they got to deal with. And it's a beast for whatever that's worth too. It's a really solid card. I feel like this weapon and this card may be enough, like, just to get that Taunt Warrior style archetype over the top. It's a really good card. I think this is really good. Again, I'm not sold on Taunt Warrior, so I'm just going to give it a passable 3 out of 5, like, meta style card. I guess in Wild, I'm going to stick to 2 out of 5 in Wild, even though, like, it probably is pretty good in a Wild Taunt Warrior. I just don't think a Wild Taunt Warrior is going to be competitive, but maybe just maybe all these cards are really put over the top. But there's a shot. I'm saying there's actually a legitimate chance that Taunt Warrior, they keep trying, eventually they're going to make it work. And these type of cards, give it a realistic shot. You get lethality, you get burst damage with your battle pickaxe, you get AoE, incredible board presence, possibly with the buffer cards. It might be enough. So yeah, 3 out of 5 in Standard, 2 out of 5 in Wild. I'm not obviously super sold, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Let me know, are you guys believers in the Taunt Warrior in the comments below? And there'll be 1 final Warrior reveal in like 3 or 4 hours or so. We'll have a review then, and then tomorrow is BlizzCon, and we'll probably know all the cards and signatures and all that cool stuff. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.